I am a student who's been educated in two different kinds of school, Korean public school and private international school. I studied in Korean school until I was a third grader, but then in 2012, I took a flight from Korea to Bulgaria as my dad's work as an expatriate. While attending the international school, I have realized that these two schools I've attended have very contrasting educational system. Now, South Korea is very popular for its education system. In 2014, South Korea was ranked #1 for overall cognitive skills and educational attainment by Pearson Education. Korean schools make students go through memorization cycle that helps students set high scores in many subjects. Parents also have high interest in their children's learning, so they invest a lot of money into them. Just guess how much they spent only on private learnings in 2013. $18 billion. But even if South Korean schools are very well known for their educational system, they're also popular for its harshness on the education. Now, I know this fact for sure because I've attended the school for 3 years. 3 years might not sound a lot, but believe me, those short times was long enough for me to experience the miseries. I experienced that the society was full of competition, rivalries, frenemies, and high pressure on the academics. And even though I was just a 9-year-old girl, when the school ended at 4 p.m., I got put into many different hagwons, or we can call it the after-school private tutoring school. I arrived home around 10 p.m., start my homework, and finish it near midnight. The parents were not raising their children. They were raising racehorses to compete against their friends who were known as our rivals. The former president of the United States, Barack Obama, himself once praised the dedication of South Korean students, but he failed to understand the true meaning behind his educational system. On the other hand, the international school I'm attending holds less pressure than the Korean schools I've experienced. Now, I was only 9 years old when I moved to Bulgaria, who didn't know English, didn't know anything about the country I was going to live in, or the school I was going to attend. I was scared. But despite my fear, as soon as I stepped into the classroom, everyone welcomed me. And even though I didn't understand English, I could tell that they were welcoming me by the fact that they're asking me questions, smiling, and helping me with my bags. Then the teacher came in as if she was friends with our classmates. They're making jokes with each other and laughing and having fun, and eventually started debating about a topic, whether the Snow White was a bad character or not. Now compare this experience to what I found on a project called Korean Students Speak. It is a project that showcases the emotions of the Korean students. Korea education makes us somebody dies. High school students in Korea are not happy. We always study. We can't sleep. We always compete. We must change Korea education. Please help me. I meet my teacher at every day, but I cannot meet my parents at 1 hour. 15-hour study in 1 day, kill me, is the reason why Korean students suicide. But then, I wondered what the students in our school feel like. So I simply asked my friends in the school, what do you think about our school? Then they gave me these answers. My favorite thing about our school is we have freedom of choice in activities. I like our school because you're exposed to many cultures and you can meet many people from different nationalities. The teachers are very nice too. I like our school because we have a variety of activities and academics. I mean, you can clearly see the difference in the perspective of students. But while attending the international school, I've also realized that I've seen so many improvements in myself. Number 1, I found what I really liked. Unlike in Korea, ever since elementary school in my international school, the art classes were vital. We would draw, play instruments, and even start acting in middle school. And through these activities, I got to be more creative, and I learned how to express things easily. And when I got the chance to perform on the stage, singing and playing piano, I really thought, wow, that's the type of thing I like. But it's not only about the art classes either. Another example of fun class in my young memory was mathematics. Now, you might call me a nerd because I said math was fun, but seriously, it was really fun. In Korea, we would sit in front of the desk looking at notebooks with tiny letters written on it with equations that you don't even understand. But in international school, the teachers taught students by using students' creativity and interests, like making necklaces out of beads to teach us about addition and multiplication. And clearly, as an elementary girl, this was an amazing experience. And number 2, I had more time socializing. Like I said before, Korea was hyper-competitive. Best friends become rivals, and rivals soon become our enemy. And surely we do have friends in Korea, but we don't tell each other about how we study or just generally help each other because our grades are obviously the most important things to consider about. It determines our future. Nonetheless, in my international school, people help each other, like how people helped me on my first day of school, even though they had something else to do. I learned about partnership. And number 3, I got healthier. In Korea, we had gym class once per week, even if I was an elementary girl. I needed to grow up. I needed to be more active and needed to play outside. But the school didn't let us do that because we needed to study. But in my international school, we had gym class 3 times a week. At first, I was really tired from all the gym classes I had in this school. But as the time went on, I caught up with the amount of gym class this school had. And then I noticed that I really did get healthier. And I noticed that I started to grow a lot faster. But it's not only about the gym class either. In my international school, we could go study outside, we could lie on the carpet, as long as you don't disturb others and you get your work done. But in Korea, we sat in front of the desk in a locked room with textbook and notebooks in front of your face and studying until you get the pain in your back. And also, I remember it was the New Year in Korea. All our family members got together in a long time and we were talking and talking. But meanwhile, my 2 cousins who were in high school could barely open their eyes because they were so tired with the school and they didn't have time to rest. Korean high schoolers don't even have time to brush their hair. It's not only my cousins who live like that. Research shows that an average South Korean students get only 5.5 hours of sleep after studying for 13 hours in a day. And that's the daily routine. But most importantly, I noticed that I smile more than before. South Korean children are ranked as the unhappiest children in the whole world. South Korea has the 2nd highest suicide rate of all 34 industrialized countries in OECD, or known as the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And South Korean students have South Korea has the second highest suicide rate from the whole world. And this is the data of suicide rate in 2012. Why is this? Why is South Korea so unhappy when it has stable economy, comfortable public facilities, and great restaurants to get their favorite food? The main reason reported was too much competition in the society. A survey in 2010 showed that of suicidal youth in Korea, 53% of them have stated that they felt like their performance was inadequate compared to the others. And this shows that there is a link between self-worth and academic performance in Korean students, which is probably the many reasons why Korea is sad. How do you define education? Education. It is such a simple thing, yet an extremely complex topic, which everyone knows about and have rights to access it, but yet no one can really define the word. For me, education is an institution used to perpetuate the important values of a society that helps people find strength in themselves. It is supposed to help people find who they really are. But in this Korean school, it is blocking the way for passion. It is stopping the youth from dreaming. It is holding back the chance to socialize with others and taking in the new chance. And I believe that we need to balance out the characteristics. there still are hardworking students in my international school, just like in Korean schools. And I'm not saying that we should start studying less, but as much as we find the importance in grades and academics, we need to find the importance of learning how to be happy, learning the importance of our passion, learning how to jump around the field. And I believe this is the best education for every single one of us sitting in this room. And this is what I learned in the past 5 years learning in international school. Thank you.